Hey, it's Patrick, and let's talk about Thrashin Supply floorboards. Now, Thrashin Supply has been around for a minute now, and they really lean into, pun intended, that performance space with Harley-Davidson. They're based there in Southern California. Everything you see here is made in the United States. It's all machined out of billet, 6061 aluminum. Very form following function type of brand, very, very performance oriented. And that's pretty much not with baggers, but with all kinds of Harleys. So if you have a Dyna, a Sportster, bagger, this is going to be right up your alley. As far as their floorboards are concerned, we have them here on the table, and they're going to range in prices basically from the $400 or $500 range on the bigger ones down to the $300, $400 range on the smaller ones. We're talking about 2 different styles and 3 different finishes. So everything is going to be made in the USA out of 6061 aluminum, anodized black, anodized clear like this one here, or chrome. As far as fitment goes, baggers all the way back to 84, and everything else is going to be dependent on if you have a clevis style mount. So basically, if you have a Harley made like going back forever and ever and ever, that's not a bagger, there's a good chance you have a clevis style mount. But let's talk about the breakdown of the floorboards themselves. Let's start with the big ones, the upfront driver floorboards. You have their standard bagger board, which is really, really big, typical sized, but the nice thing about it is it's adjustable. You can see the mounts here have different mounting positions, so you can move them forward or backwards if you want to be more comfortable. A guy like myself that is kind of vertically challenged, short legs, I always find myself with my feet on the back of those boards, so I would be able to move these back farther, really get those underneath me. Really trick board, nice knurling on the top, so it's going to grab a hold of your foot. You don't have to worry about it slipping off, even though it's a billet chrome board. Now, their more kind of performance-oriented board is this one right here. This is called the Apex, and I'll show you a couple things about it. We actually have a little bit of a tail on it here, which we'll get to, but this board comes stock real short like this. You can see how much shorter it is than this board here. It's also quite a bit narrower, and the reason for that is a ground clearance. So if you're going to ride your bike very, very aggressively, if you're really in that performance space, when you lean the bike over, even when you put suspension on Harleys, if you lean them over, if you've been through a corner fast on your bagger, you know you're just going to rake that floorboard all the way through the corner. So this is going to give you more lean angle, which is really, really trick. Also, they have some big old holes in there to lighten these things up. But what I really like about this board is this little kit you can get here. So if you do want a little bit more on the back of there, you can get this extension piece, and it just bolts right through the bottom where it's going to mount, where your little clevis mounts are for your board. The other nice thing is you can jack this thing up a ½ inch. You can see we have this mounted on here now. You have this ½ inch spacer in here. So what all this does, again, it's designed at performance. You're going to raise that board up, which is going to automatically give you more lean angle before you touch the board. So if you have this narrow board in here and you're still getting down and dragging that board through a corner, first of all, nice work out of you. Second of all, you can just raise this up and get this nice board out of the way. So they have matching boards, like miniature boards, let's call them a passenger board, for both styles. We were just showing the first style. You can get the Apex board in the smaller, let's say, passenger board. And reason I keep saying let's say passengers, because you can actually get this with a clevis on it right here to put in the driver's position on, let's say, a Dyna or M8 Softail or something like that. But also all of these are going to come with standard bagger mounts for the passenger. So if you get these to mount on the driver's position on your bike, you can get the matching board on your back. But say you have an M8 Softail or a Sportster with a clevis style mount on it. This is the M8 style clevis here. You can put these in the driver position. Now, you could also put these in the passenger position on some bikes, but not on an M8, because what will happen is this will hit the primary. So those bikes are meant to have pegs in the back. You put a board on the back of this, on the back of your M8, it's going to hit the primary on the left side of the bike. So if you have a Dyna or something, you could still run boards back there. If you have a passenger that wants a nice mini board, you could do that. So lots of options from Thrashin. Again, all this made in the United States, 6061 billet aluminum. Still have more questions? Go ahead and hit that info tab on your desktop or mobile device. That's going to take you to our product detail page where you can read other riders' reviews and see more specs about all of these floorboards. If you're still looking for more information, feel free to reach out to a customer service team. They would love to talk to you about what works best for you, your motorcycle, and your budget. I am Patrick. Thank you for watching. Now go work on those motorcycles.